Hi cuties, if no one has told you already today, I want you to know that you are masculine. For those of you that are new, welcome, I am Jem, and in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be discussing how to manifest your divine masculine. So in pick a card readings, you can view them how you like, you can watch the whole video, or you could choose whatever catches your eye, as long as you take what resonates and leave the rest. Disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please do not use these videos to decide your future. You can decide your own future and you have your own free will. Also know that every reader reads differently. I tend to read very candidly and honestly, so there could possibly be some deep messages. And before we hop right into the video, I want to let you guys know the different ways you can help out my channel. One is by checking out my DEPOP. Every single deck I use in my readings are listed there, so you could choose whatever. I sell personal readings of any deck you are interested in seeing. It's a 20-minute video, unlisted, posted on my YouTube for your eyes only. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Also, I have an Amazon wish list of decks that I was interested in. If you are feeling generous to donate to the channel, know that any donations are extremely appreciated but not expected. I thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. So, as you can tell, I have a new background. We got a black background. It is quite fitting, the fact that we are filming a more masculine video today. I also lost my nails today as well, which is quite ironic. But yeah, so the best way to explain my process of why I kind of like felt called to do like divine feminine video, like how to manifest your divine feminine and then how to manifest your divine masculine. Because me personally, one of my beliefs is I believe that everyone has a mix of both. Like I feel like some more than others, and like I feel like there's some people that have a balance between the both, and then I feel like there's others that are more feminine than masculine, but they have a little bit masculine, but it's like a little bit more feminine. And then I feel like there's other people in this world that have a little bit more masculine and a little bit less feminine. And I feel like every single person has a little bit of both, and if that makes sense. So the way I see it is kind of like the symbol yin and yang. It's like the white, which is supposed to represent the feminine, the female, and then it's the black that represents the masculine, and the black background we have here today. So it's like a little bit of both, but they are here to fit each other and create balance. So if that makes any sense, but we are going to basically do that. We're going to create the other half to the video I just posted. Yeah, so we have 3 piles here today. We're going to be talking about how you can manifest your divine masculine. You don't have to be a male to watch this video. You could be a female, but maybe you possibly need to manifest a little bit more divine masculine. So you come to the right place. We are now going to discuss each pile. We have the first pile here. This is a tape measure. So tape measure, for the first pile, if this is significant to you, maybe the colors, we have yellow. Yellow is quite bright on this tape measure, so yellow makes me think of like warmth, but it's like kind of like a nauseating yellow. So this could be like maybe some anxiety. You could be feeling some anxiety that maybe will help, like the divine masculine may help with this anxiety you may be having. We also have a lot of red in these 2 piles, but mainly a lot of red in this first pile. There could be possibly a lot of anger, or some sort of hurt, or some sort of maybe passion, or this could be related to action, a lot of action maybe being taken. So if that relates to you, you may want to pick pile 1. We got pile 2 now. For pile 2, we have some pliers here. There's a little bit of red, so this could be related to what I said about this one. We also have an image here. I don't know why I forget to say the images, but this image, if this image relates to you, then you may want to select that. But we have red, so this could be like anger, pain, a little bit of pain maybe, or could be some action you may be taking towards something like that. There could be possibly, or maybe some passion, some lust, some situation that might be significant. We also have like some silver here, some gray. There could be some like, whenever I think of gray, I think of like a lack of color. So like ghost, possibly some ghost shit like going on, like maybe an absence of someone. And then we have, lastly, for pile 3, we have this little dart from, what is that? Game darts. I think it's just darts. When I play darts, yeah. So dart game where it's got like that circular thing on the wall and you collect points. So we have a little dart here. It's a black dart. Got a little gold at the end. Gold makes me think of coins, wealth, possibly also, what else with gold? Like warmth, the sun. So, and a little bit of silver, which is like that ghost element I was talking about. So if that resonates, you may want to pick pile 3. Okay, let's hop into pile 1. Hello, my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose the tape measure, this will be your reading on how you can manifest your divine masculine. So I am going to put this to the side, and I'm going to take out some oracle cards we already shuffled. So I have these here. We got the Phoenix. We have Pisces in reverse. Came in reverse. What other card came? I think it was this one next. Was Intuition in reverse. And then we had Magic come underneath that. The Castle, and what is ready to grow so I can grow. What is ready to go so I can grow? Burn card. Okay, so I'm going to take 1 second to read this card just because I need to refresh my memory, but I think I'm getting somewhat of what this is trying to tell us, my beautiful pile 1s. Let's see. We have the burn here. I can read it out loud to you. So we have the wildfire. Something new is on the horizon. How can you make room for it? As humans, it's normal for us to get attached where habits, whether it's to our habits, routines, things, places, people, beliefs, perspectives, you name it. During certain chapters of our lives, these may serve us as providing support, stimuli, or comfort. Even so, outgrowing attachment is not only natural, but also a necessary part of a cycle. None of us can truly stay, no matter how hard we may try. When a wildfire blazes into our life, it challenges ourselves to open up and allow the reset. As the smoke clears, what opportunity will reveal itself? On the prairie, I think that's how you say it, wildfires are critical to preserve the open grassland habitat. Periodically, it burns and prevents trees and shrubs from taking over and inhabilitating the growth of everything else by blocking the sun. Wildfires also speed up the breakdown of matter. Dead plants, leaves, grass all turn into food for new growth. Moreover, the clearing effects of the wildfire also expose greater swaths of prairie soil to the sunlight and the warmth need for seeds to sprout. All of this creates fare for grazing animals, supports pollinators, and provides a home for insects and nesting birds. While change can be unsettling, scary, or disorienting, it also opens up the way forward. Embrace the new does not ask us to judge or blame the old. Can you view the situation neutrally? Expressing gratitude for how it has served you in the past may help. Honor what feels right to you for moving forward through this transition. On the other hand, are possibilities with your name on them. Allow anticipation to pave your way to rebirth. Okay, we already fucking that in itself is, we have not only that here, but we have this in this card already. And that's basically what this card means as well, a transition here. So one way that you can manifest your divine masculine, my pile one, is by allowing change. Definitely. I think change is coming to you, whether you like it or not. And you could be going through this transformation right now, and you could be trying to prevent it, or like maybe just trying not to acknowledge it. You could be feeling stuck, because it's interesting. I accidentally put this castle upright. I meant to put it on an angle, but I guess it came upright. I put it upright, so I guess that's how we're gonna take it. But it came like a little bit off. But I'm just gonna say the message anyway. In it reverse, it talks about being stuck a little bit. So you could have possibly have been stuck, or like staying stuck on purpose, because you could be fearing change. And this is saying, like, stop trying to prevent it, because this will come with a lot of benefits for your future. I think you could definitely be going through a drastic change, and specifically about letting go of whatever is in the past. I think more specifically, you could have had a past person. So here, look, so it says Pisces, energy in reverse. So this person could have been a Pisces. You could be a Pisces. I think this is like saying, whether you're the Pisces or not, there could be someone that maybe, or just whatever happened in the past. It could have been a person, it could have been a situation, it could have been just stuff from the past that may be lingering. And you could put a lot of, it was saying like putting a lot of blame on the past. And it's saying, instead of, like, with this card, it says, instead of blaming like others and or cutting people off out of your life and like burning bridges, instead try to find compassion, forgiveness, and move forward in this new perspective, and also try to find appreciation for what this change will bring you. This could have been a very difficult change. This could have been a very like devastating tower moment you may have faced that could have caused a lot of pain. But I feel like it has to be rough. The situation has to be hard and a difficult one for you to make the most improvement. I think this is also talking about, like, there could have been someone from the past, and it's saying, like, what is ready to go so I can grow? There could be someone possibly holding you back, my beautiful Pi ones. It could possibly be a Pisces. They could be someone who's maybe very sensitive. They could be someone who's maybe people-pleasing, and they could also possibly be a little bit manipulative. So that could be maybe a person that maybe you were considering burning bridges with or trying to cut out of your life. And instead of cutting them out, I think definitely this person you may not want to have too close to you, because they could be holding you back and maybe not here for your best interest. But it doesn't mean that you have to blame them, shame them, or burn a bridge. This is more of like creating distance. You could love this person and have compassion for this person and understand them and have compassion for them from a distance. You don't have to, fight with them or burn a bridge. You can just create distance. Especially if you feel like this person is not serving you. I think, not like serving you, but like it isn't here for your best interest. I think if this isn't a different person, this could be elements about you that could be causing you a lot of harm. For example, you could be someone who's very sensitive. You could be someone you could be a possible people pleaser. Maybe you tend to people please. You could also maybe be a little bit manipulative. You may not be even aware that you come off maybe a little bit manipulative, but it could be that like you could have expectations for people. So when, for example, let me explain a manipulation thing that you may not be aware of that you may do. So your friend, let's say you buy your friend a gift, and or let's say you respond to your friend's text right away, right? And they don't respond back to you for like a couple hours or maybe even like a day just because, they're busy. But you may overthink, you may be very sensitive, you may worry like, oh, this person hates me. And then you text them like saying that you're upset, like why didn't you respond to me? Like what the heck, like that made me really sad, like that hurt me or whatever. That could be considered a manipulation because you are manipulating this person to feel bad for you because you said that it upset you, and you're also manipulating them and kind of controlling them into having to respond to you right away, even though this person may have just been busy or they couldn't get back to you. Like that could be a manipulation tactic that you may not be aware of. You can't have expectations for people, and you can't expect people to do things, especially if you haven't told them already from the get-go that's what you want within this relationship. You have to address things that you are comfortable with and things that you aren't comfortable with. And even if you do and they don't do what you asked, you can't expect someone to do everything you say because they're their own person. They make their own decisions. They're not somebody to be controlled or manipulated. So if that doesn't resonate, ignore that. But those are for some of you, if this is representing you. Like I said, this could also just be somebody else that may need to be cut out or burned. I think also with the sensitivity and people-pleasing aspects that are coming out from this card, I think that could be possibly you. And this is saying like the whole how to manifest your divine masculine is possibly creating more of a tougher skin when it comes to this sensitivity. You could be very sensitive to and there's nothing wrong with being sensitive. You could be a very compassionate, loving person. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think to create more of a shell for you so that you are not facing so much pain because of the sensitivity, emotional pain, it's more of like creating more of a shell for yourself so people can't easily affect you and affect your mood. I think this is more of like creating more of a backbone and stable ground for yourself. Like you may need to, this could be possibly also insecurities you may have where it is triggering your sensitivity. Like there could be, like maybe ask yourself, what exactly are you sensitive about? And ask yourself why you're sensitive about those things. Because it could be an underlying insecurity that may be there that may need to be reflected on and possibly healed. I think people pleasing could be another thing. You could be possibly a people pleaser. You could be like trying to people please your friends, your family, and just really neglecting yourself and your own priorities and the things you need in life and your emotional needs for others. And you need to start giving that back to yourself. Stop sacrificing your needs, yourself, your emotions, and your happiness for others. A big, wonderful quote I like to say is, think about the cups and having a cup, like you have a glass with you, or you're holding a cup. You need to have your cup filled first, like full or half full, before you can start giving out that, the liquid that's inside the cup to others, filling other people's cups. You have to have this filled before you could fill others. cups. Your cup needs to be filled first before you can fill other cups. Like you can't fill other people's cups on an empty cup. It's just not possible. You can't be having your emotions and your emotional needs not met, and you expect to meet other people's emotional needs and be their therapist. No, like you need to start putting yourself first, your needs first. And anybody who doesn't allow that as well is just trying to use you, because like because they're only here to constantly take that emotional need you give out too much. Like, if anybody gets upset for you wanting to look towards yourself and be a little bit more selfish, like to heal yourself and put yourself first, it just goes to show that they're not here for your best interest. Anyways, and then we have the castle, and we have intuition and magic. So the intuition, this makes me think of internal intuition, like your intuition within yourself. You could possibly have a clouded intuition. Maybe you haven't been really using your intuition a lot. Your intuition has kind of been clouded. Maybe you've been kind of like, that was my back cracking, by the way. This could be saying like maybe you haven't been really reflecting much, so you've kind of lacked or lost your intuition or your intuitive power because you haven't been working on it too much. And maybe this is saying you need to find more of this magic, because this is what helps guide you. This is what helps protect you. This is what helps you see through people's bullshit. You could be very grounded right now with the castle. It's like you could be very stuck, grounded, and staying in your more comfortable ways, like staying in this very structured. You could be very grounded in like reality, and this is saying you need to start maybe practicing your magic and your intuition to help you get stronger in trusting your gut, because there could be messages that are trying to be shared with you through this intuitive like intuition in an intuitive way. Like your subconscious mind could be collecting a lot of data of things you don't notice in your conscious mind that is trying to be said to you and shown to you of possible things you're not aware of that are happening around you. And you may need to start practicing more on your intuition in order to receive those messages. Ways you could practice your intuition is you could start doing your own tarot card readings. I think that always helps. And I think the best way to really dive deep and really get into that is reflect within yourself. Try to dig deep in your subconscious mind, like dig deep, really like pierce your subconscious and reflect, ask yourself questions. A lot of the time that's what helps me dive deep in trusting and figuring out what my gut is trying to tell me and figuring out what my intuition is trying to tell me. I think also being very observant is a great way as well. Observing like how people's body language or people's actions. A great expression for this is pay attention to people's actions and pay attention to people's words. Do their words line up with their actions? Someone could tell you they love you, but never show it with their actions. They could be like, oh, I love you, and then their actions don't line up and they're, cheating on you or something. It's like they're telling you that they love you, but reality is that they don't, and they're cheating with someone else. It's like their actions have to show you first, and then words come after that. So, it's just like their actions don't line up. So that could be something related to maybe this Pisces person. But anyways, believe in the magic. it says, I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time. Although the tricks can probably be explained anyway, but something sensible and ordinary. I'd rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill their days with mere coincidence. I fill mine with, holy crap, that's unbelievable. So, like, seeing the signs, you could possibly be shown a lot of signs around you and you may not even be aware that they're signs. For example, coincidences are a lot of the time signs that are messages that are trying to be shared with you. So for example, I've been going through a reflective period a lot of the time and the way I see it is like the number 7. I see the number 7 and that's reminding me again this reflective period, because the number 7, in like how I perceive it, is reflection, knowledge, assessment. That's the definition that's given in this book that I bought, and that's how I see the number. So one way that it was trying to show me is I'll either see the number all over the place, or I'll be like seeing the number somewhere, and it could be, the way I see it is like, oh, my spirit guide is trying to tell me there's something I need to reflect on in this situation. Another thing, one of my friends from college, we were playing this game and we were playing like a number thing, and like my friend was like, oh, pick a number between 1 to 10, and the number he chose was the number 7. And it was so funny because that was a message, that was like a sign, that was like a message trying to be said to me, and it was something specifically about that person that I had to do some reflection on. So it was just like, it was a coincidence, like someone could say it's a coincidence, but to me it was like, it was something that needed to be said to me from my own intuition. It's like, it's telling me I need to do some reflection on this. It was just like, it just happened to like connect that way. It was like, I don't know. Anyways, you could think I'm crazy. I don't really care, but so this is what I have for you. We're gonna do some, I think this is the way that you can definitely manifest your divine masculine. With the Castle card, this basically just talks about finding more power within yourself, and the power within, it's like, oh my god, you know have you watched SpongeBob where it's like the power within, the power within, the power within? Like, you need to find the power within yourself. And maybe not being so dependent on other people. You could be dependent on somebody else, and possibly be like, maybe financially dependent, because we have the castle here. Like, you could be financially dependent on this person. Maybe they provide literally a place for you to stay, and maybe you're so stuck on this fantasy or this abundance or this castle that you are like stuck. And it's saying the castle can be a motivating force, an enchanting goal to travel towards, but it also best not to linger within its walls of a decadent deception for too long. So it's saying like, you could be like, this is good to be here because it's structured, it's stable, but it's also like, don't allow yourself to stay here for too long, because this could be, it's saying you can't, I know you felt safe and you felt comfortable in this situation, but now it's forcing you to change again. Life is forcing you to change. It's time to change again. And it may not be a drastic change, but there's some change to be made, and you're going to grow because of it. You're constantly growing for the better. Okay. So I think that's what we have with the oracles. I'm now going to pull some messages for you, my beautiful pile ones. What are some messages that can help pile 1 manifest their divine masculine? Okay, so you could definitely be having issues with a male, sorry, not a male, just some person who could be, he could be a male. But just some person that could be causing you issues. I saw 2 cards that said they're manipulative, and I also saw a card that says big human baby. So this person could be very immature, maybe a little bit mentally immature, and we also had manipulative. So and we have manipulative here, which is just like, you know, what is it? What do they call it? A reinforcement message there. So, okay. 2, what are some messages to help pile 1 manifest the divine feminine? 3. We have, I love your smile. This could be someone specific that says, I love your smile. That maybe you need to move forward from or make some changes with. Let's see what else. This can also just be a message from your spirit guides talking to you, saying that you have a really beautiful smile, which is so nice. Oh wow, look what I said. If this is not an affirmator, if this is not a fucking reinforced message, this is literally what I said. Actions speak louder than words. So they could be telling you everything you want to hear, this manipulator. Somebody who's like constantly affirming you with their words, saying, oh, like, oh, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. I could do this, I could do that. I could financially support you here. I could buy you a car. I could buy you this beautiful house. And then in reality, it's like they're fucking some other bitch in a back of a, you know, broken, beat up bomb, garbage truck that they own. and like they have nothing. They have jack squat. So it really just goes to show anyone could tell you anything if they do not have the actions to back it up. So don't believe what people say, believe what people do. Pay attention to what people do. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what else do we have? We have, I'm very upset. I'm sorry, love. I'm sorry that you are upset. I know you could be definitely feeling possibly very emotional, maybe, about this. I mean, we don't really have, you could definitely be feeling very angry. I'm getting possible anger. And I don't see like sadness, I see like anger. But also know that anger is a cover-up for others' emotions. And it could be sadness, what's underlying. So know that it's time to change. It's time to take action. And it's time to, I keep wanting to say, develop this backbone. Stick up for yourself. I think that could be something like this person could just be not respecting you, not treating you the way you need to be treated or should be treated. And it's time to develop a backbone. It's time to stick up for yourself. It's time to respect yourself and leave this person. You don't have to burn a bridge with this person, but you should not. I think you don't have to burn a bridge, but you should close the door. And don't allow them. This person gonna come running back. Trust me. Don't allow them to come back. They always come back. They always come back. Don't allow them to. Have respect for yourself and create this like bad bitch energy. You're the queen. You have the authority. Be disgusted by, you know, their childish actions. We also have they are trying to hurt us. So this person, like I said, I don't think is for your best interest. You deserve a man. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm getting like very feminine. Like this person could be who's watching this pile is maybe a little bit. I don't know. Just ignore me. But this could be like. I forgot what I was gonna say. What the fuck? I'm sorry. They're trying to hurt us, so don't allow them to. Don't fucking get them out of your life. You don't need this person. Get them out. I'm getting like they could definitely be I don't know. Whatever. It says start a new hobby. There could be something that you could be stuck with this person because maybe you are bored with this person, or you're bored in your love life, so you feel like that the only fun and excitement comes from this possible toxic relationship. And this could be saying like you may need to start a new hobby. Also, this doesn't have to be like a love interest, by the way. This could be someone who maybe is your friend, um just someone in your life that maybe is just not here for your best interest. It could be a friend. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm jealous. They could also be very jealous of your powers, like jealous of your highest potential, and that could be a way that they take control over you is by holding you back from your highest potential. They're jealous of you, so they want to control you, manipulate you, so you can stay below them. Do not allow them to. Do not allow them to control you, do not allow them to manipulate you, do not allow them to hurt you. Allow yourself out of these fucking shackles of this person and branch out into the beautiful butterfly, beautiful phoenix, this fucking badass bitch that you are destined to be. And I know you, the whole emotional thing that I was saying is it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to have these emotions. But one way that I think you can manifest this more masculine energy is not allow this person who is here to hurt you see those emotions, because that allows this person to know that you are still hurting and you are still affected by this. That shows this person that they still have power over you. Do not show this person emotion. Do not even acknowledge this person. You can be nice and be like, I have to go my separate way, but do not allow your boundaries be disrespected by this person no longer. Create this distance, stick up for yourself. Don't allow this person to see your emotions. You know, if you need somebody to cry to scream at, well, not scream at, but don't scream at me. But like, if you have someone to rant to and need to rant to, text it, like, type in the comments, let me know the tea, like, let it all out. Do not say it back to this person, because it just goes to show this person has more power over you, you know? Don't show any emotion to this person. Act like they mean nothing to you, because that's what they're gonna, that's how you are gonna feel about them in a couple years, in a couple months. This person, you're gonna look back at this and be like, wow, the fact that I allow this person to have such control over me just goes to show, like, that there was a lot that I needed to possibly change, and change is coming your way. Don't worry. All right. What was the other thing I wanted to do? Tarot. I forgot about the tarot. Okay, let's pull out the tarot. What are some things that pile 1 can manifest their divine masculine? I think this is the last thing I'm going to do for you, because this reading has gone on for too long. My beautiful pile 1s. So we're going to try to speed this up here. But what can pile 1, what else can pile 1 do to manifest their divine masculine? So we had this one came out first. That's the one I saw first. And there was too many cards that came out next, so we're just gonna pull 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2. Okay, we have the moon. Illusion. Releasing fear. Okay. And lastly, 1, 2, 3. Two of Cups. Oh, beautiful. I'm so happy for you. Okay, love. My beautiful pile one. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Overcommitment, disorganized, reprioritized, lack of balance, overwhelmed. So yeah, definitely was getting that anxious vibe. Then we have upright, financial loss, lack of mindset, loss, isolation, worry, need, poverty, insecurity. So this first row I'm getting is all the reasons to why you are staying with this person or staying in this situation, staying stuck, is because you're scared. You could be feeling very overwhelmed and disorganized or overcommitted right now because you could be dealing with a lot of things at once. And I think one of these are like the reasons down here is the why to why you're staying stuck and staying in this very difficult time period, and possibly the change is coming your way no matter how you like it or not. It is coming to you, whether you want it to come or not. It is coming for you. But it says financial loss, lack of mindset, loss. So I definitely think you are worrying because you may lose financial security. It could be maybe you're losing a job, or you could be quitting a job, or you could be literally losing a person that maybe provides you financial security. And you could also be feeling a loss because you're going to be losing people within this as well. Like you could be losing this person, or you could be losing the friends or coworkers you may have made at this job if it's a job. Also, we have isolation. You could be worried that you're not going to have any other friends, or that these are the only people you know, or this is the only person you know, or maybe you became so grossly attached to them and codependent that you didn't have any other friends because this person didn't allow you to, or like was very controlling. And it says worry, need, poverty. You could be very worry. You could need this person because you became so dependent on this person. And then we also have insecurity. You could also have insecurity of feeling like you aren't good enough to find anyone better. So let me just tell you, every single one that I've mentioned is just an excuse. It's just an excuse. This is all these excuses of why you should stay and why you should stay with this possible crappy person or this crappy job, when in reality, you can do anything that you want to do if you put your mind to it. There's always going to be a better situation in the future. Change always happens for the better. Change is always for the better. This financial loss, yeah, okay, maybe this person did provide you financial loss, but guess what? You can provide your own financial abundance without this person. Find another job. Find a job. Maybe if you need, if you are really struggling, possibly find someone that you could stay with and live with until you could find a job. Like there's always a way. There's always a solution to your problems. Like you just have to think about it and search deep and figure it out. I think another thing too, you could be worried that you're going to lose this person. Who cares? Kick them to the curb. Goodbye. We are going to find someone else here 10 times fucking better for you, because look at this. This already is telling you the future is going to be 10 times better for you, my love. Literally. This is such a great card here. Whatever you're worrying about, whatever you are struggling, so worried about, trust me, it's not gonna fucking matter. It really is not gonna matter in like a couple months. Like this here, trust me. Okay, so you're gonna look back at this and be like, wow, why did I even stress? Why did I even stress? This is like, I think also you should never be dependent on someone to provide things for you. That is how you end up in codependent relationships. You should be everything it is that you desire in a person. You should be that. You. Because then you start to depend on other people. You have to create this life that you want for yourself, not someone else. Seek it within yourself. You should be the one financially being able to create a financial abundance. You should be the one, creating this passionate, fun, creative life. You should be the one creating security and structure and stability within yourself. You should be the one creating like love, nurturing, compassion for yourself. You can't seek these things in someone else. With the moon here, I think you are going to release these fears. You're going to stop. It says repressing emotions, inner confusion, misinterpretation, darkness, insecurities. I think you will still have insecurities that you'll face and have to work out. Possibly one way that I know is very helpful with dealing with your insecurities, because a lot of the time it's so deep within you, you may not even know, is therapy. Therapy is a great way to search deep and heal yourself and find happiness. So you may continue to have some insecurities, and there could be a misinterpretation of possibly this reading. You might like not see the actual messages that are trying to be said to you, and like still trying to reinforce possibly staying stuck and staying in this connection because you're so like focused on staying rather than changing. And it's like saying like it's going to change no matter whether you like it or not. But it's going to be for the better. Trust me. Don't be scared. Don't be like worried. There's nothing to worry. You got it. You could be someone that's scared to take action or scared to lead. And this is saying you're going to be forced probably into that position, but it's all going to be for the better. We have inner confusion, darkness, and I think mainly this is releasing fear though here. The main message is releasing fear. I think you'll also start to, with the moon, this makes me think of illusion. And you may also start to possibly see through people's illusions. For example, this Pisces person, whenever maybe you'll start to think of actions speak louder than words a lot of the time, and you'll start to see that and be like, wow, like that's something to live by, and that will help you see through people's illusions and facades. It's so easy to see it because it's like the second you see their actions don't line up, that they're full of shit. And then we have Two of Cups here. This is such a beautiful card. I'm so happy for you. This card is beautiful. You are going to find this person, this other, it doesn't have to be this person. If this is a career related message reading, you will find that perfect job. You will find this job that will fulfill you, this partner that will fulfill you, this partner that's going to fill your cup, and while having, like, you guys will mutually have this unified equal relationship. Like, you see how they give each other both their cups, like it's a mutual thing, it's a mutual connection. Like, it makes me think of the yin and the yang, like that fits together. It's like it's equal, it's balanced. You may also be like find a marriage towards this person. This could be potentially a marriage. It could just also be a partnership. You find a loving partner. It could be a proposal. It could be mutual attraction towards a new person that may be more loving and more tender, more of like a loving, healthy love. And yeah, basically a connection with this person. Okay, I think that's all I have for you, pile one. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'll see you in one of my next ones. I hope you enjoyed. Love you, and you're doing amazing. And I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile twos. If you chose the pliers as well as this image, this will be your reading on how to manifest your divine masculine. I don't know how the hell I just forgot about that, but yeah. So we have some oracles that I shuffled off camera for you. So first we have the Fox in reverse and the Nature card. And then we have the Nest in reverse. The Judge here. It was kind of like off a bit. And then we have Aquarius in reverse and the Protection upright. So I think I'm gonna look at these cards real quick to refresh my memory and come back. Okay, my beautiful pile twos. One way you can manifest your divine masculine is, I think the main thing is identifying who you are. Finding out who it is you are. Like, what do you like? What do you not like? What do you seek in a partner? What don't you seek in a partner? What are your goals in life? What it is you want to do in the future? Like figuring out who it is that you are. I think you could be someone who is lacking an identity, still trying to figure out, you're still in like the maybe time period of trying to figure out who it is that you are, or figuring out like, you could be unsure of your identity, maybe when it comes to your sexuality. I don't see like anything that represents that, but that could be something. We also have one thing that, and understanding like what it is that you believe, what it is that you don't believe, figuring out what it is that you'll say yes to, what it is that you won't say yes to. Like, it's like you have to figure out for yourself how to decide things for yourself. Like, you need to be deciding things for yourself. Don't ask people for their advice and, be persuaded by their advice when making a decision. You need to figure out for yourself what is best for you. I think one way to really help that figure things out is, I think, a great way is getting like a notebook, and getting a pen, maybe indulge yourself in some nature, like go on a park, like a walk in the park, or sit down at a bench, or make yourself a little picnic, put down a towel, blankets, make sandwiches or something. Sit with yourself, sit there, meditate, sit down with this pen and paper pad or whatever, and literally write down, like title the page, who am I? And just jot things about yourself. What it is that you like, what it is that you don't like, who you want to be as a person in the future, like writing all these things down. I think one of the major things we may already know about you, my beautiful pile twos, is you are potentially a very wise teacher. I think you are becoming someone who is very smart, someone who could be a very strong partner or mate, like like in a relationship, like someone who's very loyal, and you could potentially become someone who's very loyal in the future. I think also a wise teacher. So I think it says like, the fox is an enchanted creature with plenty of mystique to go around. The fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. You could be someone who's very quick to learn. You adapt well to new situations. You are an ideal life partner when it comes to friends, or literally a mate, like someone to like be in a relationship with or marry. Um, you also could be someone who's very committed to your relationships. Like you put a lot of effort into your friendships and you put a lot of efforts into your romantic relationships. You could also have a very natural charisma that keeps things exciting in friendships and relationships. You could also be needing, when it's in reverse, you may be needing to reconnect with those you love. You might be lacking, you could be creating some space because maybe you just needed to like self isolate. I'm kind of getting like self isolation a bit. You could be in a situation of self isolation. Maybe you need to start stepping back into reconnecting with society, like with your friends, with your family, with your partner. I think you may have created some space, just, possibly maybe putting your needs first and reflection. You could possibly going through a lot of reflection and healing, and that's probably what makes you so wise. But I think it's time to maybe delve more into your friends. We have Nest and Judge. So I think one of the things that if you haven't done self reflection, this could be saying maybe you need to self reflect and become a little bit more selfish right now. And like, it makes me think of the Hermit card. Like you need to isolate yourself a bit to find self reflection and look inward and reflect within yourself. And then, but then after that, then it's like once you're ready, test that knowledge and reconnect back with society. I think you could also be someone who's very hard on themselves, possibly. We have the Judge card in reverse, and then we have the Nest, and the Judge in reverse says critical, punishing, unforgiving, wall building, and it's basically like in reverse. And then we have the Nest, which is also in reverse and talks about being very self-critical. So you could be someone who's very self-critical. But then it's like the Nest is in reverse. So it's like, do I take it like opposite, and then that cancels each other out, and it's like a positive? Like, who are we talking about? Are we talking about you are very self-critical of yourself, or are we talking about you're very self-critical of others? What is what are we talking about here? It could be either or, because I'm not really exactly sure exactly what message, but it could be that you are either very critical of yourself and you're very hard on yourself, and you're not tender, you're not sweet, you're not compassionate. You could be very hard on yourself, and you kind of like I need to stop picking at my thumb. You could be like critical, you could be very punishing on yourself, like maybe you mess up and you're very hard, like you have a lot of shame, or you feel very guilty, and it's like, don't beat yourself up, you're human, you're not perfect. And you could be very unforgiving towards yourself. Another message could be that you build walls up with others. Like for example, maybe if you mess up once, it's like you feel like you're unredeemable, so then you like build a wall up with that person, when in reality it's like they already forgave you like a month ago or like a couple days ago. So I think, and if it's the other way around, where it's like you're very hard on others, this could be a message that it's almost like, if it doesn't resonate, ignore it. But you could be very hard on other people, criticizing other people, punishing other people, like being very judgmental or unforgiving of other people's mistakes, and putting up walls, building up walls with, once like the person makes one mistake and you build up a wall and like, you hurt me once, I won't ever trust you again. But in reality, that person is human, makes mistakes just like you, and they're not always gonna, sometimes they're gonna fuck up. They're going to fuck up. And that's up to you guys to work things out. But you could be very unforgiving and you just like completely cut that person out of your life, or you just build up a wall away from them. And it's like, it's not realistic to build healthy relationships. Like, you have to face hardships in connections in order to build healthy relationships with friends, families, and partners. That's how you build healthy relationships, is going through hardships. But and setting boundaries, talking, communicating to this person. You could be someone who doesn't communicate your feelings and you kind of just like run away from the problem and out of fear, and maybe you feel like, you know, you may need to communicate how you're feeling and talk to them and be like, hey, like, I don't like that this happened, and I felt like this, and this when you did this, and I would appreciate that maybe you couldn't do that or don't do that again next time or something. So that could be something. This could also be a message on how you can manifest your divine masculine. This could be like taken a completely different way. Is maybe you're very nice to yourself. You put yourself on a pedestal. You're very, lenient and soft and sweet with yourself. Like, very forgiving for yourself, but maybe not for others. And you could be very hard and critical of others. And maybe this is saying you need to be possibly a little bit more stern with yourself when it comes to possibly goal chasing or pursuing something, or like in a goal, like a career. Like, it's like, don't be rude and beat yourself up or be toxic. Like, don't, like, put yourself down, but you may need to be a little bit more stern and more disciplined with yourself when it comes to following a routine or following your goal, your passion, whatever it is that you're pursuing, your career. This could be a message saying you need to be a little bit more critical of yourself when it comes to that. So, yeah, that could be something how you manifest your divine masculine, is being a little bit more stern, more authoritative, more disciplined when it comes to those things. That could definitely be it, what it's trying to say. I'm kind of getting that vibe. But everything I said also, I could still see what I'm saying within this as well, because we have the Aquarius. You could be an Aquarius. We also have a little bit of Earth here. Someone could have an Earth sign. You could have an Earth placement in your chart that's significant coming out right now, that maybe you need to stay more like stern on. We also have Aquarius. You could have an Aquarius placement that is significant. And then I also was kind of getting Libra here, so Libra could be significant as well. So with the Aquarius here, we have closed-minded, non-communicator, and gossiper, because it's in reverse. So I take the negative attributes. You could be possibly closed-minded, like when it comes to judging people, like this person, oh, they fuck up once, I'll never trust them again. When in reality, it's like you need to start maybe possibly looking at it from a different perspective and being a little bit more open-minded and being like, like, maybe what I perceived wasn't the truth. Maybe you're looking at a book from its cover rather than what's actually going on. Like, maybe there's some lack of information you might be having, and not willing to see other perspectives. This could also be like the closed-mindedness when it comes to being the judge, like I said, like being very critical and closed-minded when it comes to somebody fucking up. But then when it comes to you fucking up, it's like, oh, I made a mistake, So maybe finding more compassion towards others, or maybe being a little bit more stern on yourself when it comes to, like I said, routine. And then we have non-communicative. So you could be not communicating your boundaries or communicating how you feel when people like possibly disrespect you or just like cross your boundary. And to manifest your divine masculine a little bit more in your life is possibly speaking out, speaking up, talking about what upsets you, what bothers you when it comes to connections. They don't have to do what you say, obviously, but it's always good to show yourself that you respect yourself and that you're going to speak out and speak up about something that bothers you. And then lastly, we have gossipers. Something that might be causing some issues is the gossiping. So something, how to manifest your divine masculine, because we aren't channeling toxic masculinity here, is to stop gossiping. Don't gossip anymore. Don't talk about other people. Like, stop gossiping. Who cares it's just like for fun. Yes, we know, and it's like it's a fun thing to do, but gossiping isn't something you need in your life, and something that might be needed to be cut it out. We have protection here. So you could be possibly protecting yourself, building these walls up, and that's why you're so critical of others, and you're like, I only let a certain amount, a few people in, but maybe you need to let those walls down and start being more vulnerable and allowing these people in, because it's good to build walls up with people that you know are going to hurt you, but also know that everyone's going to hurt you at some point. That's how you build friendships. That's how you build relationships. Your family is always there's gonna be something that you don't like, or something that they do that upsets you. That's how life is. And that's how you build healthy connections, is by working those out and not holding on to them. Okay. Anyways, I think that's all I have with those. So we're gonna pull some messages now. I think we got straight to the point. Very simple. I feel like it was a very simple reading so far, which is good. So let's shuffle these cards. What else do we have to tell pile 2 about how to manifest their divine masculine? 1, 2, 3. We have you inspire me. I think a lot of people look up to you and see you as like a teacher. You teach a lot of people. We have I love you. So I think for some of you, I definitely think this message was saying being nicer to yourself. I think you have to start being nicer to yourself and start loving yourself and telling yourself literally out loud, I love you, to yourself in the mirror. Give yourself nice compliments. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. I'm exhausted. You could be very tired, very exhausted. You could be struggling just with a lot of work, or struggling like exhausted with a lot of stuff, maybe mentally exhausted. It's not even like there's possibly a lot of labor being done. It's more of like you need a mental relax. Like, you may need a break, but then I think you also need to start putting some work into your mental health. Like I said, possibly like therapy could definitely be helpful. 1, 2, 3. Too nice. You could definitely be too nice to people, too nice to other people, and you let them walk all over your boundaries, like disrespect you. And that's how you teach people to love you and teach people to disrespect you. If you don't respect yourself, how are you going to teach other people to respect you? So you need to learn to respect yourself first, and then teach others how to respect you. Like, you need to start sticking up for yourself. And that's how you show yourself you deserve to be respected, is when you start speaking up for yourself. Showing yourself that you deserve to be respected with your actions, with your words. Literally telling people, like, don't fucking treat me that way. Speaking up for yourself. I will be there for you forever. I think there's people here for you that are here to protect you and will be here with you forever. Okay, so let's pull some tarot now. I'm gonna pull just 4 cards real quick. Okay, we have the Empress in reverse. 1. And then we have Judgment. Interesting how we have the Judge and the Judgment card came out. I think I kind of want to put it here, actually. And then we have Gemini, the Lovers. We have very strong energy here. Very strong energy. So this could be happening soon, the situation. And then lastly, we have 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so let's see what we have here. The Empress, we have creative blocks, selfish, impatient, dependent on others, inaction, lack of concentration, indecisive, overwhelmed, anxiety, infidelity. Okay, so with the I kind of got that vibe too with the whole fox thing. Okay, so this has a lot of messages here. I think you could be in like more of like a shadow element right now within yourself, and there's a lot to like reflect, there's a lot to do to get you back on your highest track, like better back on track. Some of the things you could be struggling with is a creative block. You could possibly be needing to be more selfish because you are very dependent on others, and that's why you allow people to walk all over you because you're too nice. You need to start sticking up for yourself, creating a backbone, respecting yourself, showing people how to respect you by speaking up for yourself and being like, hey, don't do that, or like, I don't appreciate that, or, communicating with people about how they need to respect you, and but do it in like obviously a respectful, non-emotional way. Like, I don't appreciate when you do this, this, and this because this makes me feel this type of communication. We also have dependent on others, codependency. You could be definitely dependent on others, and it's like, this is just a message. You need to find those things within yourself, whatever you are being dependent on this other person for. You need to be reliant on yourself. You need to find validation within yourself. You could also be facing lack of concentration, indecisiveness, overwhelmed, anxiety, infidelity. And like in the infidelity thing made me think of, like, it popped up a little bit when I thought about this fox card. You could be possibly like facing infidelity, or maybe like struggling with a monogamous relationship. Like maybe you struggle and seek out other people, or maybe you struggle staying like in a committed relationship, and like want like multiple lovers. So maybe that's something you need to identify, if that's something that you want in your life, and what the type of love relationship you want is a polyamorous. But also, if that doesn't, or maybe you have to ask yourself, why is it that you can't be happy in a monogamous relationship? Is it that you constantly seek something from another person because you can't find it within yourself? You need to be able to provide whatever it is that you're missing in order to enter in order to enter a relationship feeling whole. You should never enter a relationship seeking something, because you will always be like, you will always have a void that needs to be filled, and that's why you start seeking other people, possibly in a relationship, other people in your relationship. So that could be something. Yeah, so those could be stuff. And then we have love, harmony, relationships, union, partnership, sexuality. Like I said, you could be also struggling trying to figure out what it is about your sexuality, figuring out your relationships, your partnerships, things you want. You may not know who you are. You're not ready for a relationship. You need to figure out who it is that you are and what makes you whole, and how to make yourself whole before entering a relationship. A relationship is just a plus. This person is just a plus. They're not needed. You don't need a relationship. You don't need anyone else. All you need is yourself, your own validation, your own thoughts, your own appreciation, your own compassion. You don't need anything else. We have Gemini here. We also have Pisces. And then, so this could be possible past stuff that you're reflecting on from the past, or stuff that you're learning right now. And then we have the Judgment. You're going to face this judgment, this like possible inner calling, a new phase in your life, an absolution. It's like, makes me think of like 10, the number 10, like the an end of a cycle and new cycle beginning. This could be a possible wake-up call that makes you maybe reflect on this stuff and maybe become a little bit more open-minded to new perspectives. Possibly when it comes to this, like, you are going to start... I wish it would focus. I'm so sorry. start like realizing new things about yourself when it comes to this situation. Okay. You may also find forgiveness for yourself. Maybe you need to forgive yourself. There could be some guilt or shame that you're holding on to, and that's possibly why you could be very critical of yourself and know that you are a human being. You make mistakes, and it's okay. Um, and I think that could be something that you need to find forgiveness with. And I think definitely treating yourself and bringing yourself on dates, personal dates within like just you, but bringing yourself on dates will definitely help you show more compassion towards yourself and love. I think you need to definitely bring more compassion and love towards yourself. If this is the whole you're very nice to yourself type thing. Or I meant if you're very like hard on yourself type thing. You need to start finding more compassion. And then lastly, this card, trying one more time, indecision, aimless drifting, avoidance, fear of change, fear of loss. You could be definitely facing a lot of fears, and these are just some of the fears you're facing. But I think you may in the future, after this reckoning or after this your wake up call, you may try something one more time, which this is a potential future. Know that this is not a definite future, but know that if you do try something one more time, like for example, if there's a situation that maybe isn't for your best interest, that maybe you're like re-delving into, which is like something that you've already learned from and you walked away from, and now it's like you're retrying it. It's saying like it's only gonna cause you more issues, and some of the issues is fear of change, fear of loss, and possibly avoidance. That could be like entering an ex relationship, possibly, or like something that you walked away from could possibly be something that's like you'll try again and it's like it doesn't end up working out. So this is like a potential future. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen, so don't feel like your destinies it's gonna like have to go into this, but this is a potential future you may face, and this is saying like what the outcome will be if you decide to do that, I feel. Okay. I think that's all I have for you, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. I love you. I hope you're doing amazing. And I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. If you chose this dart, this will be your reading on how you can manifest your divine masculine, and as well as this image. And yeah, so we shuffled some oracle cards off camera for you. So the first card that came out was Reflection, and then Hustler. I think I'll put that underneath here. Then Authenticity. So it says, authenticity is the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I feel it. Whatever needs to be said, I say it. Whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it. But at least they know because I've said it. And that's way better than leaving passive-aggressive notes about it. Wow. I didn't even know that's what this card said, but that's... You a bomb-ass bitch. Fire. I love that card, actually. That is a great fucking card. And then I think what came out after that was this. Was it in reverse? Fuck. I think it was in reverse. And then the whale. Or the ring and then the whale, actually. The whale was the last card. Okay, so... yeah, there's some cards here that I need to remind myself on, so I'm gonna quickly jump to that and come back. Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. I don't know why I said hello when I said I was gonna come back, but anyways, I did some searching in all your cards, and I feel like a lot of your cards, there's not really much of a connection to these cards. It's kind of like all separate messages, I feel. What's the whole... I feel like I want to do this. So, okay, I think you could definitely be someone who is very reflective It says the whale is someone who desires to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. You have like this old soul that could be very um intelligent and wise. Like the whale represents a profound, emotionally healthy and stable person. It says the whale's personality is not afraid of expressing their emotions and traversing through difficult terrain. They have overcome many challenges throughout their lives. These experiences have enriched them and given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale's energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on the whale's personalities when we are when all else seems lost, and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. So, and then it says in balance because it's upright, calm, steady, deeply compassionate. You could be someone who is so emotionally mature and reflective that you just like help everyone else out. You could be very like a very good friend that maybe gives like really wise advice. Like you're so emotionally intelligent that like people maybe come to you a lot of the time to ask for advice or just like talk to you about like maybe you tend to have very deep conversations with your friends. You could be someone who's very deep um, and compassionate and you like are good at listening and like to listen. I think another aspect of you, or this could be maybe elements you need to incorporate in your life and start to possibly let out. Like start to let this who you are as a person out more. Like start expressing who you are externally. These could be like this could be you inside a lot of the time. Like this is how you see yourself, and now it's time to start showing off who you are as a person. So that could be a message. Maybe that's how you can manifest your divine masculine. I think another thing is definitely communication and maybe a little bit more harsh communication, like being a little bit more stern, um, having more of a backbone when it comes to like enhancing your bitchiness, needing to be a little bit more of a bitch when it comes to communicating with people. Like obviously don't let your ego get in the way, you know, don't let your ego control you and like all this crap about how there's different ways to talk to people nicely. You could talk to them nice and communicate like, oh, this is this and this and this that made me feel this way. And that's great. That's a very healthy way. It's very, you know, but I feel like there needs to be a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a balance between like healthy and just a teensy weeny bits of a little bit of toxicness that you need to like find a balance and also like to make people know there's a reason to why you have an ego. There's a reason to why God gave us an ego. You know, like there's good things about your ego. Your ego is here to protect you. Obviously you need to find a balance with it and control it sometimes. But I feel like this authenticity card is like you need to be more of a bit of a bitch um to people. Who fucking cares what shit they say or whatever they think? Who cares? It's time to embrace your bitchiness. You need to be more of a bitch. And like I don't think it's like, you know, to everyone or like don't create this bitchiness and like push everyone away or whatever. But like I'm saying this to people who aren't taking you seriously, aren't respecting you. You need to become more of this bitchy energy. So, because they don't fucking care to, you know, be disrespectful. They don't give a fuck to say whatever they have on their mind. Why the fuck should you? Why do you have to hold back and hold back what you have to say? It's funny because they call, you know, a lot of the time they like to say, you know, women are, if you're not submissive and if you're not, if you take authority, they're like, oh, she's a bitch. Fuck you. I am a bitch. Fuck you. I'm allowed to be a bitch, okay? You're a bitch. You know, like, so yeah, embrace the bitchiness. You're allowed to be rude. You're allowed, especially to, I feel like this is like maybe me projecting, but like especially to the fucking guys who like, you know, the ones that may call you a bitch, fucking definitely be a bitch to them. Who fucking cares? But anyways, so possibly like it says here, it's like you need to like instead of being passive aggressive about everything, just say it out loud, say it to their face. Like say it what you mean and they don't hold back, so why should you? They'll literally people will fucking if people will dead ass go to your face and tell you or talk shit behind your back and call you like all these different names. Like say it right back to them, to their face. Like there's no reason to be passive aggressive. Just fucking say what you have to say. Say what's on your mind. Um, I don't have to say anything more than that. You understand where I'm coming from. So with the whole notice card too, this is like a message like talking about noticing your signs. It says, "What can I learn from my observations?" This makes me think of like it says the crow. If you notice crows a lot recently, or just crows, this could be a sign for you saying like there's maybe a message that you're not reading into or not seeing that's like trying to be spoken to you. This could be possibly the message is like you need to be more of a bitch, possibly. But the crow, let me read it. It says, what shiny object catches your eye? What gleans from closer inspection of what happened to your like? It's saying like it says, I'll just read the quote. It says, sometimes noticing is a matter of willingness to see what is right in front of us, even if we rather not. So there could be something that is so obviously, blatantly in front of your face that is so obvious that you're like trying to find the solution and answer to. And you're like, why, like, what's wrong with me? Or what's going on? Like, why isn't this working out, or what is, you know, what do I need to know? And it's like so blatantly in your face that it's trying to like communicate, and it's like you already know what it is, your subconscious already know, and it's like trying to show you, but it's like you're just not willing. It's either that you're purposely ignoring it, or it's like you're just not willing to hear it, or your third eye is just clouded and like you need to maybe do some practice to like of reflection in your subconscious mind to like release some things out so you could clean it up a bit and start seeing this message, this intuitive message. A lot of the time that helps me clear my third eye and like how I can start seeing messages a lot more clear is when I do more self-reflection and dig deep into my subconscious mind. So there definitely could be something that's trying to say, it's literally showing you the solution in your face, and it's like, this is, you already know what this is and for what it is. You already see it for what it is, but you're blatantly ignoring it. And you're just not willing to see it. You'd rather not, and stay in this like oblivious, oh, I don't know what the problem is. And then we have the ring. This makes more sense. Oh, I put the hustler and then the ring here. So, the ring is basically a message saying everything's connected. The universe. I love the little message it says here. So it says, basically the ring signifies like the infinity sign. Everything is connected. Everything has cycles. It's like, there's so many connections in the world. It's like one connection, for example, is like when you move and there's somebody you meet that's exactly like somebody you met and knew in your old hometown. Another way is like, think about how the universe, just like everything is connected. And like you think about a ring, it all goes circle. It all comes back around, always. But it says that the ring challenges us to sense the cynical or cyclical, infinite nature of our world and experiences. Beginnings and ends fall by wayside as we practice seeing ourselves as a part of a cosmic circularity of creation. For this reason, there is no surprise that we wear a ring to represent our internal love that surpasses space, time, and worldly things. It's kind of like, it's uh, ironic that we wear a ring to represent, undying love, and it's a circle. Um, so then it says, like, also think of it as like how the Earth orbits our great sun. It also mimics how the intimate bond between two lovers. Blah 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 blah. This card calls us to deepen connection with ourselves, others, and the world at large. Meanwhile, there are literal rings waiting to be adorned, to adorn your finger. So this is saying, like, there are so many connections. The world is connected. Everything is connected. Um, and this card is like saying, it's in reverse. So you could be possibly someone who has a lot of unconscious repetition. So you could be someone who possibly repeats their past a lot due to maybe a lack of reflection, and maybe that's something you need to do, is possibly like do more reflection, um and stop repeating your past when it comes to maybe your hustler mentality. Like, maybe there's something that you constantly are failing at when it comes to chasing a career that you may fall into, that it's like, you could be doing this so much better if you would just learn from the past. This could also just be saying, like, maybe that's not what the message is. It says unconscious repetition. So you could just be constantly repeating things over and over again. You could be someone who's very repetitive. You could be repeating a lot. Maybe this is something you need to do, is routine, like constantly repeat, have a repetition of constantly doing the same thing over and over again. Or this could be saying, because it's in reverse and this is in the dark, it's saying maybe repeating things over and over again isn't allowing you to expand further. It also says starving for a connection, and I think that's the main message this card is trying to say, is you are connected. You have so many possible potentials to be connected. It's like everything is connected, but for some reason you're starving. You're like either isolated and like trapped, and you're starving for a connection. You're starving to be connected with the world, and maybe this is saying you need to explore your horizons, possibly get outside a little bit more and start connecting with the people, the world around you, with yourself. Maybe connect more with yourself, like talk to yourself, bring yourself on dates, start exploring the world with yourself. Maybe you need to start exploring, like connecting more with the earth world, like the planet, like literally go look at nature, sit with nature, literally connect with nature. And maybe connecting more with people. Maybe there's people out there for you to meet, and you're just not allowing yourself to be in those positions because you are maybe isolating yourself, and maybe you need to start reconnecting. Like, you need to start connecting with people. Okay, and then lastly, we have the hustler card. You could definitely be like, that could be a way, reconnecting with the world is a way that you could manifest your divine masculine. And I think more specifically with your jobs, like job related, because we have the hustler, you could be possibly like you need to reconnect with people in order to possibly obtain a job opportunity or a new job opportunity. That could be a specific message. Also, the hustler here is, you could be hustling so much that it's an upright, so it's like kind of like a good message, but you could be hustling so much that it's bringing you a lot of abundance and it's doing a lot of good for you, but you may be slacking a little bit and falling back a little bit on this connection, like on starving for a connection. like there could be an imbalance between the two, and maybe you need to find more of a balance with this. Like this is doing good, this is doing great, you're doing great with this, but you need to find more of this a little bit. And also the hustler too, maybe if you don't feel like you're in this place right now, because this could be potential future, you may need to hustle more, be more disciplined when it comes to your work life, get into that hustler mentality, hustle for the bag, like fucking get your bag, like get your bag, get the cash, like literally put in the work, put in the effort, hustle for the money, like, and don't, you know, trap yourself into this daily routine type of, you only make a certain amount of money each day office job. Hustle yourself in different ways of making money. Like, don't sacrifice all your time into this office, 9 to 5, but keep growing and keep hustling towards your ultimate goal of money and abundance. Like, don't ever, if you feel anything in this position during, like, for your career is limiting you and holding you back, it's time to quit it, leave it, and start hustling for something else. You might also end up, possibly, like a little message, you might screw people over a bit in order for you to get to a higher position, which I think could obviously is toxic and maybe not the best thing, but it's like, you may need to, in order to get into the position you want. Listen, this is a competition. You need to fight for what it is that you want, and know that there's always going to be competition and people fighting for what it is you want. So put in the work and fight for it. And I think that's how you can manifest your divine masculine. I think you already have feminine elements, but this is how you could manifest your divine masculine. Take what's yours. Okay, because no one else is gonna feel bad and give you, like, listen, everyone else out here is taking too. Everyone else here is fighting for what they want. Don't feel bad that you need to take what you need. Like, fight for it. They're not gonna back down, so you shouldn't either. Okay. 2. Okay, let me shuffle this deck real quick, because I didn't even shuffle it. Oh, these cards give me so much joy of struggles. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I really wanted to take this card. What is this card? Talking to a wall. There could be someone that it feels like you're talking to a wall, and then we also have you're done. So there could be someone that you could be talking to someone that it's like talking to a wall, and we have you're done. So it could be like you maybe need to be done with this person who it's like talking to a wall, or you could be done with talking to this person because it's like you're talking to a wall. Or you may be like talking to a wall, like because maybe you put up your walls when it comes to people, and maybe you need to stop putting up your walls and start branching out. I also have I can't see. I'm going to put this over where it needs to be, because obviously this is for this. Not noticing things. I can't see. You need to start re-delving back into your intuition and stop ignoring it and see it for what it is. 1, 2, 3. I think you're also very grounded within yourself too. We have I can't breathe. You could possibly be having anxiety when it comes to like your job or career or whatever. Like, you could be like struggling to breathe, and maybe you need to just take a deep breath and know that you got it and you can do it. I think you're also very structured as a person. You have a lot of stability within your life, and you have a lot of stability and you are stable. For others, you may just not like appreciate it or acknowledge it, but you are stable. You create abundance. You are security. You can produce and be security for others. 2, we have constantly inconsistent. You could possibly constantly be inconsistent when it comes to speaking up for yourself. Like maybe sometimes you speak up for yourself and then others you don't. Maybe this is saying you need to start speaking up for yourself always. And maybe it's when it comes to certain people. Like for certain people, you don't stick up for yourself because maybe for some reason you're intimidated, or maybe it's like a crush, so you put them on a pedestal or whatever. Fuck them. It doesn't matter if they're your crush or if you're intimidated. Speak up for yourself always. Period. Okay. Next, what else? We have I'm sad. I'm sorry that you're sad. Maybe a good way to help your sadness is meditation or journaling. That could help. And don't be sad. Be glad. Well, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel sadness. You know, maybe tell me why you're sad. Why are you sad in the comments? I'm totally an ear to listen and have no problem listening. Okay, 1, 2, and possibly even give advice. 3. Okay, you deserve better pay. So you could definitely be in a position where you're hustling, but you're hustling for nothing, and it's because you are struggling to even make anything because you are in a constant loop of and like cycle, because the wage you are making is so low, it's like impossible for you to actually succeed with this amount you are being paid. No matter how much you hustle, no matter how much you work your ass off, you aren't going to be able to provide anything for you because you cannot survive off of this amount of wage. So it goes to show you need to quit it, hit it and quit it, that fucking job, and move on to a more sustainable job that you can hustle in and make a living in. Okay, now let's do your tarot, and then we're going to be done with this reading, pile 3. What can your tarot say about this situation? What else can pile 3 do to manifest their divine masculine? 1. Oop, sorry. 2. 3. All right. We have Page of Cups. What else can we do to manifest the divine masculine? 3. 2 of Pentacles. We have 5 of Swords. 2, 3. And then we have 4 of Cups in reverse. What did I say? Meditation. Meditation could definitely help you, pile 3. You may want to meditate. And meditation doesn't mean you have to sit in silence and do nothing, but meditation could be listening to music and thinking, or just like sitting with your thoughts in silence could definitely help. You may even meditate all the time. You don't even realize, like, meditation of just the time you get quiet time and you think, you know, that's meditation. But maybe you need to like actually sit down with yourself and sit and like actually show yourself you're meditating. So we have Page of Cups, creative opportunities, intuitive messages, curiosity, possibility, happy, surprise, dreamer, sensitive, new love. You're definitely someone who is emotionally mature. Okay, and then we have past resentment, desires to reconcile, making amends, desire to forgive. So I think you're very mature, and there could be some sort of cups from a past, like maybe this is someone else, or there could be someone that you may be making amends with and forgiving. That could possibly be a new love interest. And also, it doesn't have to be, but it could also be like, there could be a new surprise coming, happy surprise, like maybe a new job opportunity coming, new creative opportunity coming. There could be intuitive messages that are trying to come for you that are like maybe towards this situation where that you may have had past resentment for someone, but you are like learning to make amends, forgive, and reconcile with this. Like maybe this person will come back into your life, and this could be someone that you need to start saying out loud what it is that you think. But it's like that's you like find you accept this person for who they are, and you can love them and have compassion for them, but it's like you aren't gonna, dim your light for them. You're gonna be who it is that you are no matter what. Whether they're in your life or not, you're gonna still be who it is you wanna be. Don't give a fuck. If this person tries to dim your light, then that should be when you cut them out of your life. And you should communicate with them and be like, stop trying to fucking change me. Like literally like speak up. And then we have multiple priorities, time management, adaptability, balancing decisions. So you may have in the future needing to make decisions or balancing decisions between maybe 2 jobs or 2 hobbies or 2 opportunities. You also need to find more time management because you have multiple priorities, and you need to be adaptable. So you may have a lot of less time in the future, but it's because you're hustling, you're getting that bag. And then we have sudden awareness, choosing happiness, acceptance, retweet, withdrawal, retweet. You may retweet a tweet. I don't know why that. A withdrawal, checking in for alignment. There may be some times where you need to like meditate though during this very timeless, busy schedule you may have in the future. You may need to choose happiness for a sec and like relax and, meditate, think about, and find acceptance, retweet a bit. Why do I keep saying that? Retweet. Oh my God. Retreat. Jesus. And check in for alignment once in a while. Okay, that is all I have for you, Pile 3. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. Love you. I hope you're doing amazing, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye.